power, third gear, picking up nicely from sort of 3,000 RPM. Take it up to 7,000, 160. What's better, the Hyundai i30N hatchback or the i30N sedan? I'm at the Hyundai N Festival 2025 at Winton Raceway. We're going to compare two pretty much identical models apart from the sedan and hatch, but they both don't have sunroofs. They both got the Trofeo sort of track tyres on them, and they both got the accessory pads. So these are the official Hyundai N accessory, really good pads. You can get, do multiple laps. I've done probably 20 laps in a row. They don't overheat, they don't do anything wrong. You just give them a bit of a cool down, and yeah, they just keep pulling up time and time again. So if you are going to go on the track, I definitely recommend getting those pads. But apart from that, the differences are you've got about 35 extra kilograms in the sedan, and the sedan is obviously longer. It's about 70 millimeters longer in the wheelbase, and then 370 millimeters longer overall. So that does change the dynamics a little bit, but it's also based on the K3 platform, while the hatch is based on the older K2 platform. But same engine, 2-litre turbo, 206 kilowatts, 392 newton meters, both with an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, front wheel drive with a limited slip differential. So what I'm going to do is we'll go around. I've got a good mate here and he's going to drive in the sedan. I'm going to chase him in the hatchback. I reckon he's probably got the same skill level as me, so we can just sort of compare them both as we drive around. I'll get the timer running as well. They both have a onboard lap timer. I'll see if I can get that working, but if not, I'll just put a timer up on the screen so you can see the kind of difference. But I'm going to try and chase him down, and we'll just see if it pulls away or if it's a bit easier, and then we'll have a bit of a chat afterwards as well. Actually, the only other difference in this particular case, they're both wearing 245 tyres. So usually the hatchback comes with 235s as standard, but because these have got the Trofeos on them, they're both 245s. So if you are going to buy these as new, like factory, that is another thing to add into the comparison. Alright, so we're in the hatchback. I've got everything turned off in terms of the stability. I'm in N mode and I'm in manual mode as well. So as I said, same engine, same powertrain. I think they feel pretty much the same in terms of acceleration. I have achieved a quicker 0 to 100 time in the hatchback, but I think if you spent long enough, you could probably get a similar time in the sedan. They've got good acceleration, I think, for what they are. You don't need any more power, otherwise it would just start spinning away the power to the front tyres. I think I can jump in a bit deeper into the corners with the hatchback. It does feel a little bit more agile, I reckon. While the longer wheelbase of the sedan, yeah, it just feels a little bit more stable. It is a more modern platform, so yeah, you'd think it'd be a bit more dynamic. But in that sense, yeah, this hatchback is just a little bit more raw, I reckon. Past this guy. Sometimes you get chirping into third gear. Give you a bit of an idea of the rapid fire shifts of this 8-speed auto. Back down to second here, I usually do, and up to third. Leave it in third, just dust the brakes a little bit, back on the power, full power, take it right out. Excellent diff in both of these actually. It's just grips up and sorts out the power. You can actually jump on the power pretty early and the diff will sort it out for you. So even if you are understeering a little bit, you can sometimes get on the power and it'll actually pull you in line. Even around here, you can leave it in third and just use the torque. I think you can get the rear to rotate a bit easier in the sedan, whereas the hatchback is, yeah, because it's a bit shorter, it's just a little bit more twitchy. You still can get it to rotate for sure. It's actually, I think you can, yeah, use the rear end a little bit more in the hatchback because it is just that little bit shorter. But I mean, in terms of just getting a nice drift going or a big slide going, the sedan does seem a bit more stable, as I said. not pulling away from me, I do feel like it is a little bit quicker in the tighter stuff, the hatchback. But overall, very, very similar. At 150, up the back straight. Power, third gear, picking up nicely from sort of 3,000 RPM. Take it up to 7,000, 160. This one does have a few more kilometers on it, so it might be a bit more running in terms of the engine power, because I think it does pull a little bit harder on the straight, this hatchback, but it's just because it's, yeah, as I said, this has got a few more kilometers on it. But awesome fun, like both of them. It's so good to have these on the market still. Just raw turbo, 4-cylinder, awesome handling, plenty of adjustability as well in terms of not just driving style, but also in the gadgets here. You can go through and fiddle around with everything from the diff, steering feel, engine sound. Yeah, hopefully Hyundai can keep the sort of Turbo N performance going. Got a whole line of them here. Looks like we've got an i30 N in the mix as well. Yeah, overall I think the hatchback, yeah, it's just a little bit more agile, but at the same time it is a little bit more twitchy. So if you like that adjustability, I think the hatchback is the pick, but for overall stability and dynamics, it's got to be the sedan. And as well, in the real world, I think the sedan is a little bit more comfortable, just because, yeah, the shorter wheelbase is not rocking and pivoting back so much. I mean, it's only 70 millimeters, but it would make a little bit of a difference. See if we can get past these guys. Third for this one. Sometimes you can just leave it in third, but you want a bit more power and low end grunt. Switching back to second, yeah, get you that the higher revs. There we go, they're pretty similar overall. I think the best time Daniel got in the sedan was at 1 minute 40.8, and I think I did a 1:40.1 in the hatch. So I do think the hatch is a little bit quicker in some situations, and I guess it depends on your driving style. I just like the sort of bit more agile in the hatch for a track car. But if it was on the road or something like that, I think I would rather the sedan. It's just a bit more stable, obviously a newer platform, a bit more practical as well, and the latest technology. I'll have the full reviews linked in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.